It's so nice to know where we come from, how we migrated, not only when we got here, but how we got here and how we were living.
Scientists mostly agree that the first humans in the Americas arrived around 15,000 years ago. Some say we quickly killed off the giant mammals that lived here, like mastodons, saber-toothed cats, and giant sloths. But more and more evidence is suggesting that people arrived much earlier and may have lived among these enormous creatures for thousands of years.
This species was one of the most, I know that I have I love them, so I'm gonna say that they were like the most amazing animals, but I'm Thais Pansani. I'm a paleontologist. I'm a current postdoc fellow here at the Smithsonian Natural History Museum. Some examples. This is just like a really small sample of like the 7,000 bones, osteoderms that we have in Brazil.
Pansani studies the fossils of giant sloths that were found at an archaeological site in central Brazil called Santa Helena. The bones date from a time before people supposedly arrived, but some seem to show they were altered by human hands.
I'm working not only with the bones, the giant sloth bones, but the modification of these bones. If we see that something made by humans happened with this bone, we can understand human behavior. My main research now is to understand why some bones, not all, some specific bones, has this different coloration, why they were black.
Her theory is that they were burned by human-made fire soon after the animals died, resulting in the black color. But to prove it, Pansani first needs to rule out other possibilities. In one test, she uses a special microscope to determine the presence of minerals that would cause natural coloration. Another approach is comparing the black bones to other bones that are known to be burned to see if they share similar qualities.
This is the one Thais is trying to interpret, so the reference collection provides these with known histories.
Burning activity would be just additional evidence, especially in a topic that is so controversial. So we need to show all the possible evidence.
27,000 years ago, this is the strongest evidence that we have that human and megafauna interacted here in Brazil.
Giant sloth osteoderm, the oldest one.
It's a huge question where the human occupation starts at Americans, because this is the final frontier of our exploration as human beings. And still we have a huge debate about that. Scientists don't agree about that.
Beyond Brazil, there are more clues from other sites, all pointing to a very different beginning to human life in the Americas. But none are accepted as definitive yet.
There's so much that we don't know. All of these questions also answers questions about what was the behavior of these early humans in the Americas and how they interact, how they saw the environment.